We're recording now.
Yeah,
sweet.
yeah.
Well, I'm glad all that Sydney Sweeney stuff's cut out.
Yeah, that's all right. I mean, we'll get back to that later anyway. Hey, Manaia, you're a real veteran at being steamed on air. You know,
Yeah.
you've probably learnt from the best in terms of Wells and Heath.
Wow, geez, notable omission in that list.
We've done many commentaries, with a couple of beers under the belt.
Yeah, responsibly.
Responsibly, of course. But there's an Australian, was she doing a breakfast cross into Australia?
Mm-hmm.
She was on the Today Show.
Yeah.
Today Show. Have you ever been this steamed?
Like, literally, the price of coffee over here is actually fine. It's more the price of coffee in the US that we are going to have to get used to. I'm not sure about the Iguanas. Where are we going with that one? But anyway, let's get into today's sport because there is plenty happening back home. We're going to start off with some actual Brisbane Broncos gearing from their trip to the US, the UK rather, because Reece Walsh has stolen the show. He, of course, did that in the last year's Ashes series, crowning for 4 tries and claiming England's fans. But returned to the UK just 3 months following that UK club challenge.
They hung her out to dry on that.
Oh, my God. I mean, God bless her. She trucked through it. I mean, to think you could turn up to that pissed and get away with it.
Nah, and so when I saw this come into the group chat yesterday, and I just saw the thumbnail, and it's like, oh, host is hilariously drunk on air. I thought that either it would be the headphone latency issue.
Yep.
That's what happened to Moles.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's when your voice is fed back to yourself, and you can't talk. It's so debilitating. And if it wasn't that, I thought that's at least the defence she would have gone with. They went with Karl Stefanovic. He went with, it's pretty cold over there. Maybe her face is, maybe she can't move her face very well.
Her face is frozen.
He said, you step out of a cab in Italy
Yeah.
and it's too cold, the wind hits you and you can't move your face.
But she was inside a pub and had been there for quite some time. So she was doing the Brodie Kane good morning reporting thing where she was at the pub the entire time. Because of the time difference, she's there while everyone's pissing up.
Yeah.
And so, people must have been feeding her shots or beers or whatever. And, yeah, she was absolutely hosed. If you've followed rugby league for a while, you'll know who she is. She's been reporting on it for a long time. She's dating one of the players, I think, very recently.
Oh, it's great stuff.
It is great stuff. Yes, as a veteran of many, many inebriated broadcasts, I do have a few tips for her.
Yeah.
A few pointers. One, they hung her out to dry for way too long. You know what I mean? She shouldn't have been reading the whole story.
Yeah.
And they should have known she's pretty hosed.
Yeah.
Maybe don't make her read the headlines. 2, obviously the Moles headphone excuse. And then 3, whatever she does, she needs to never listen to that audio back again herself. I don't think it's that bad, but we've all, in fact, you've done it. You've subjected me to listening to my own self drunk on a broadcast before, and it is the worst experience of your life. If you thought your voice sounded bad normally, when you hear your own voice back, you're like, ooh, do I sound like that? Try it when you're pissed.
Yeah. There's a certain timbre and a kind of a shouting kind of tone to it. But what about the Iguanas?
I don't really know where that's going. I don't know what's going on with that.
I love that. But it's the price of coffee, but it's the price of coffee in the US. You're in Italy.
You're in Italy.
And then he goes, but then the Iguanas.
What's with the Iguanas? What's that all? That's crazy. And then she kept going. It's just such drunk chat. But also, because what happens when you're drunk, when you're broadcasting, you see something and you say something about it. You're commentating the thing. So she's seen the Iguanas. Usually she'd go to her brain and be like, what's going on here? Make a joke about iguanas or lizards or dragon. I don't know. They're not the only lizards in this pub. Or, something like that. But when you're drunk, you go to your brain and it just goes, fuck you, man.
And just goes, iguana.
Iguana? What's all the iguana? I don't know what that's all about. They just carried on. It's a great piece of footage. And they're Aussies. They love that stuff. I think in New Zealand we'd probably try and cancel her for that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Nah. If it was a dude, we would. But.
Nah, they'd cancel Karl Stefanovic for not stepping in or something.
Yeah.
And
we're in the same blue suit for a whole year. But yeah, no, I love that. Yes, it was right in my wheelhouse. This is something I've done far too often. So most recently for the Black Clash, I told the story on the breakfast show this morning, but first night fever, hallmark of the ACC. We're down there in the Bay the night before, sponsors event, walk through for the TV show, all that. And then you're all of a sudden just turned loose onto the dance floor at like 10. And so first night fever, then you wake up hungover the next day, the day of the game. Only cure for a hangover, get back on the horse. And so, but when you've got a broadcast looming over you that your mum might end up watching, it becomes a real tightrope to walk. It's like, I've got to drink my way out of this or I'm going to be very low energy, but I can't fall off the other side of the fence and be too hosed on the TV. I pride myself in my performance. That's how I fucking hit the Goldilocks zone on that one.
Righto, live from the Export Beer Garden Studios. This is the Agenda Podcast for Thursday, the 19th of February.
The Agenda Podcast, the home of sporting nonsense and claptrap. Brought to you by Export Ultra.
Radio T20 World Cup Super 8s have been confirmed. It's no surprises except one omission. That's Australia and Zimbabwe have taken their place. But everyone else is actually pretty predictable. It's India, Sri Lanka, the hosts, West Indies, South Africa, England, New Zealand, that's Zimbabwe, and then Pakistan.
Yeah, confusingly, we tried to wrap our head around this. So it's basically two pools. So there's Group 1 and Group 2. I think we're in Group 1. And then we play all of those guys. It's like East and West conferences in American sports.
Yep.
And the winners of those play each other. Where it gets really confusing is the ramifications around Pakistan.
Oh, yeah, no, we don't get involved in that because it's basically if Pakistan get into any sort of final...
It cannot be played in India. So it will be played
in Colombo.
In Sri Lanka. Yeah, that's right. There's also another thing where if for some reason, because of the volatility of T20, Sri Lanka make the final and it's against anyone other than Pakistan, say it's against us, and they've hosted half of the World Cup, they then have to play the grand final in India.
In Ahmedabad, yeah.
And not in Sri Lanka.
Yeah.
So that's confusing. Then if Pakistan and India face each other, that's in Sri Lanka. That's very... But then Pakistan against the Windies, that's also in Sri Lanka. It's so cricket. I love it.
So our pool is actually not too bad because we've got Sri Lanka, England, and Pakistan. Yep. So we only need to win 2 of those games, and we're through to the semis.
Yeah.
So we've got first up. I think we've got Pakistan first up, and then Sri Lanka are going to be difficult at home. They're playing really well at home,
and they've got but we've played them a lot. But They've got this parade of Dr. Zeus-inspired bowlers that come in there.
Yep.
Half of them look spitting image of me. Half of them look like Lasith Malinga.
Yeah.
And they bowl all sorts of bizarre... They got one dude who bowls a stock wrong'un like me, which I love.
Yeah.
And then they've got a parade of Malinga rip-offs.
Yes.
And
some of them are related to Malinga.
Yeah. One of them's his nephew, yeah.
A lot of kind of frog in the blender type actions, which just come in arms and legs everywhere.
It's great. It's like the part in... 300, remember the movie 300 where they start unleashing the rhinos and shit and all the freaks that they've gathered from around the subcontinent, and then that's what their bowling attack looks like. Are you concerned at all at our lack of ability to take wickets?
Yes, that was a big concern yesterday raised by Dylan Cleaver and Paul Ford on the BYC, is the fact that our leading wicket taker has taken 4 wickets so far in the tournament.
I couldn't even tell you who that is. Is it
Matt Henry.
Oh, right.
Everyone else has gone for a lot of runs. A lot of runs. But then it was funny because Dylan Cleaver, if you listen to that podcast, he was doom and gloom about we conceded so many runs and little wickets against minnows. And then Paul Ford's turned around and said, if you look at the other side of it, every other major team has had quite a close scare or have lost to a minnow. The likes of India, England, Australia, obviously, have all had just farted through on these minutes. We've beaten them comfortably. It's just we haven't bowled that well, and usually we rely on our bowling so much. That is our constant.
Watching that Canadian teenager put the fear of God into me the other night.
That's put the fear in God in Dylan Cleaver too, because he's like, when we play India, they might score 300.
Yeah. One of them might, you know.
That is a bit of a concern. But we go to the Super 8s, a bit more pressure. We haven't played any of our games in Sri Lanka yet.
No, but we play all of our games in Sri Lanka now.
Yeah, we do. Fortunately, England had a warm-up series there, quite a significant warm-up series there. Sri Lanka, obviously at home, and Pakistan have played there as well. So that's our only disadvantage. But if we can get one win under the belt against Pakistan, I reckon then we just need about one more win, far into the semis.
Yeah.
And at T20...
anything could happen.
Anything could happen. A Glenn Phillips century off 20 balls, him switch hitting the shit out of it. Who knows?
Tim Seifert's been balling as well.
Yeah, it was. And so they all have, actually. They've all scored a bit of runs, which has been good because Ravindra finally got a knock the other day against Canada. But then you had Seifert as well, and also Chinney Slog all had a good run. Yep. Even Lasercock, Daryl Mitchell, son of a Mitch, has had a bit of a knock. So that's boding well.
There.
Yeah.
Everything is there. Yeah, I feel pretty confident about this. India just seemed like such a behemoth.
It kills me that Australia are out, because that's the only team I believe that would have had the confidence to face India in Ahmedabad and beat them.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, they haven't got the team at the moment.
I agree with you on that, but that is overwhelmed by the joy that I feel for them being eliminated. Fresh off the back of an insufferable Ashes victory, they were so cock of the hoop, and now the ultimate disrespect. We're rubbing their noses in their own doo-doo. They now have to play the deadest rubber that's ever rubbered against Oman on like Saturday morning.
Yeah.
Who the fuck is going to want to play that from them? You know what I mean? When they go around the locker room, they're like, Bison, you want to play this? No one's...
Steve Smith will, and he'll score 100.
This is what I said. Because they didn't activate him because they managed to patch the bleeding in Mitch Marsh's testicles. So they didn't activate him, but surely you do it now and be like, there you go.
You can have a run.
Yeah.
So also news out is if New Zealand make the semi-finals, we become the top seed in Oceania. Now, that doesn't mean really anything to anybody unless you're talking about the Olympics. So at the Olympics, T20 is at the Olympics, but each confederation is only allowed one team. So you've got Asia, Europe, the host team, Oceania, Africa. So Africa, and then you've got there's one spare one.
Wild card.
Yes, and we all know what that wild card's going to be. Because
the UAE.
No, because you've got India will always qualify first out of Asia.
Yeah.
Who do India always want to play?
Pakistan.
Correct. However, what they had not factored in is the fact that Australia might not even... Because that was what was going to shaft us, because Australasia was always going to be Australia above us. And we would sit back and go, hey, can we have that sixth spot? And they'd go, no, because the ICC and the IOC want India, Pakistan in the States.
Yeah.
At LA. So this is throwing a cat amongst the pigeons with Aussie. They might even qualify for the Olympics.
So they're fighting for their lives against Oman on Saturday.
What a shame.
But also,
what a
have you
shame.
seen all the podcasts coming out? Great cricketer, everyone, Hello Sport, everyone's saying no one cares about T20.
T20 was nothing. We didn't really care.
Did you see those motherfuckers celebrate their last T20 World Cup victory?
Yeah, when they beat us in the final.
And then they go into the Big Bash. They go, well, it's the second best T20 league in the world. Look at Steve Smith scoring all these tons. You know.
Now they're just like, no one cares.
I heard the great cricketer guys were saying the other day that apparently each ad spot in India versus Pakistan, the ads go for $6 million a spot. And to compare that to Super Bowl, it's like $1 million.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that is ridiculous. So when Pakistan took to social media and said we will not play, that's why everyone was like, bullshit, you're not going to play. You're going to turn down $6 million for 40 ad spots.
No, but
I don't think they're getting any of the money.
No, it was a negotiation thing, because Paul was telling us what the negotiation was. It's outrageous. I think because Bangladesh got punished, they got kicked out for not wanting to go to India.
Yeah.
Pakistan have come in, and part of the negotiations is Bangladesh will host an ICC tournament before 2030 or 2032, but they're already hosting one. So they're going to have two in Bangladesh in the next 6 or 7 years.
Awesome.
So anyway, it's kind of weird.
Well, I'm looking forward to the Export Ultra Beer Garden tour of Bangladesh.
I think I'll take a wide berth on that one. Matt Heath can go on that one.
Is there a Formula One there? Because he would definitely go.
The Bangladesh Formula One. Oh my God, it would be on
boxcar racing.
Right, Manaia. Rule changes for Origin have come out exactly the same time as they announced the fact that New Zealand will host a state of O. It sent all the dingers into a fizz about this, because there's been contrasting views. Jerome Hughes has come out, the Storm, and said, I don't want to play Origin. I won't have the passion that I see in my teammates when they go to play.
Yes.
And so he said he wouldn't. He wouldn't don the jersey because he just doesn't feel like he'd matched the passion. But then others... Well,
Cam Munster then turned around and said, I hear they're getting paid $100,000 per game these days.
He did mention that. He goes, the only reason I do it would be for a cash grab. Which I'd say would rub the Queenslanders up the right way.
But I'm okay with it.
Britton Nakora, he said, I'm in.
I'm filthy on Britton Nakora at the moment, because it was his knee that destroyed Tamati Martin's shin, which means he's going to be out for the start of half of the season now with a broken leg.
Yeah.
Just when we need him. I've always, since the rise of the Tongan team, now the Samoan team, I've always felt like New Zealand's been at a massive disadvantage because we're considered a tier 1 nation, where those other teams are not as good, but they're there or thereabouts.
They're punched, like if it was a union, they'd all be tier 1.
And so it just meant that the Origin eligibility rules, the Tier 1, Tier 2 thing, it was just a handicap for the Kiwis.
Yeah.
It was nothing else other than that. So, it is pretty interesting. It's a funny spot for the players to be in because we haven't started the season yet. So to put your hand up for Origin selection when you haven't fucking
you haven't actually
played is it's a lot, you know, to be like, look, I'm going to declare myself eligible for Origin.
I think he got stitched up a little bit because he said he declared his interest. So I think a journo's gone, hey, if you got selected, would you play Origin? And he'd go, I'd think about it. And he goes, you're interested, are you? Well, of course I am.
One of the journos, classic gag, went over and presented Adam Fanua-Blake with his Blues jersey, New South Wales Blues jersey. Oh, actually, speaking of your dear friend Adam Fanua-Blake, do you have a take on his house being sold at the moment? Are you aware of this?
Does the dog come with it? If the dog comes with it, I'm in. I mean, I'm all for saving that dog because that dog got the rawest deal out of everything. Warriors, dog, then the Warriors. That's the top two. That's the list.
I'm going to let this one through to the keeper after the dog debacle of a couple of years ago when he left. But so the house is still on the market. And if you want to buy it, Lane, the real estate agent is Logan Swan.
Of course.
So you can go and buy that off him.
Of course. Hey, Last Man Stands. It's got a few weeks left to the end of the season. If you haven't already, we turn up to the ground and we supply your team with refreshments and Snackachangi chips. All you have to do is text LMS to 3236, register your team, and we can roll up every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, whatever time your league is, anywhere around New Zealand, and we'll shout you some Last Man Stands treats, all thanks to the legends at Export Ultra and Snackachangi. Manaia being the official voice of snow sports in New Zealand. Are you happy with Zoi Sadowski-Synnott being called the mountain goat?
Oh, I love that. I love that.
Do you like that?
Yeah, I hadn't heard that. The mountain goat.
Yeah, but it's kind of... mountain goats are traditionally quite ugly.
Smelly old mountain
Smelly old goats.
Yeah. Yeah, I know
mountain
what you mean.
goat.
And I don't know how Shane Cameron feels about it, but I do.
I didn't think about that. That's true.
I like it. I like the mountain goat. The goat in the boat is great. That's got a nice ring to it. The mountain goat's pretty good. I'd like another gold, and I feel like she should have got one. I feel like she should have got one. I was talking about this with Beck Sandys, who's a powder pig like myself. She's had her nose in the
what?
I think powder hound is what you're going to say. Powder pig. Yeah.
Big fat greasy pig. And she's had her nose in the trough, as have I. We're outraged this morning at the state of the judging. 2 720s won it, bruh. 2 720s.
Bruh.
And you can't tell me, bruh, that the rails that they were hitting were that good that 2 720s should win it, bruh. So I think it's an outrage. I think it's full dog ass. I think they've ruined the sport. They've brought it into disrepute. But I've always had an issue with judging in the Olympics. I don't think any sport with judges should be in the Olympics.
Yeah, it's a tough one as it's like diving and it's like gymnastics.
Yeah, rhythmic gymnastics.
All that stuff.
The only exception is combat sport because we can't just have two dudes fight to the death.
Why not?
Or we can. You know what I mean? The only reason that there's judges in boxing is because there's a time limit. You know what I mean? And at the end of that time limit, you have to have a winner. But you're right. Why not? Maybe at the end of each boxing round, you just throw a different weapon in. Yeah, until there's a winner.
Well, she's now second equal on the all-time Olympic medalists. Obviously, goat in the boat she's way out in front with 9, 8 golds, 1 bronze. Then there's the kayaking legends of the 80s and early 90s, Ian Ferguson and Paul McDonald, and then Sir Mark Todd.
Yep.
Also a powder hound, and then Zoi Sadowski-Synnott at 1 gold, 3 silver, 1 bronze. What about the powder goat or the snow goat?
What about the jumping goat?
The jumping goat.
Jumping goat's pretty good.
We could almost name a liqueur after her.
Yeah, like some sort of coffee liqueur. Yeah, like a breakfast piss.
Anyone who's tried jumping goat, the night it takes a turn.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. It does a trick. It's I think jumping goat sells more than Jägermeister down in Oakuni.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Well, it is a good...
it's a mountain type shot, isn't it? Yeah. The jumping goat.
Am I off on this? I feel like I don't need shots anymore. I know we're talking about the Winter Olympics, but just shots in general. Yeah. I don't need help getting pissed. I've got that covered.
Yeah, I only... It's probably when... To me, it's always a parting gift. to a group if
to
I'm
someone
leaving.
else as you're leaving. Yeah.
Yeah, if I'm leaving, I'll buy the table shots and then fuck
So you
off.
throw a hand grenade behind you.
Yeah. I'm like
Over your
full,
shoulder.
like the kind of like the Joker. Just walk around and just going, just
Yeah.
blowing up stuff.
I had an issue the other night. We were out for dinner for a birthday, and our whole thing is we're going to go for dinner. We'll have like one beer or something, then we'll go home. And then the shots come out, and it's at that point you're like, all right, this is a real crossroads. And I think we took the shot and then we went home, which is the worst because we'd committed. We're going home. We're going home, and everyone's like, oh, do the shot. So now we're just sitting on the couch, drunk. Like, what's the point of this? Anyway, yeah, Zoi Sadowski-Synnott, Mountain Goat, love it.
Did we have any shots that Friday night that we got absolutely blasted?
Probably did. You guys can't.
No, we didn't. Well, we can't remember, no, but we can. We've got receipts and card transactions, so we know.
Never look at that. I think the only appropriate time for a shot is when you're in Texas and you order a beer, and
Whiskey
the
chaser.
person goes,
Y'all want a
y'all
shot?
want a whiskey with that? And
Y'all
I'm
want a
like,
whiskey?
Yeah, of
Yes,
course I
please.
do. Yeah.
Or, for example, when you go to the zoo in Nashville, Tennessee, and you go, oh, can I get a slushie there? And they go, y'all want me to pour a shot of bourbon in there? I'm like, I want you to pour as many as I'm legally allowed. No, like, there's no limit. Like, okay.
And they're free pours too.
Oh, my God. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
We've got a new section of the podcast.
Better not be ice hockey related.
Joe
Got bad
Jury's
news for you.
Ice Hockey Corner.
Don't have a sting. Where's Mash? Where's Finn with the sting?
Oh, that's for
That'd be like. We're into the semi-finals of the ice hockey. I know you guys are excited.
You are?
I'm very excited.
men's
Who are?
semi-finals.
Men's semi-finals.
Okay, who's in the finals?
Who's we in this
Just
I'm
we in general.
mildly interested.
New Zealand?
Oh God, no.
No, what I'm saying is, when you said we're into the semi-finals,
It's just a general kind of.
Oh,
As
sorry.
in ice hockey fans.
the tournament is into
Yes,
the semi-finals, yeah.
yeah.
Well,
So
you play in like 3 different teams, and
I
then
do, yeah.
also there's
you're an agent.
the Ice
one of
Blacks.
them.
I am. Did you know that?
in the
Lane?
beer league, yeah.
I am a player agent for the
How many-
Moose.
How many have you shifted? How many players have you shifted?
One at the moment. I don't think plays for that team anymore.
No.
And actually, part of the negotiation was I got one of the jerseys for the Moose. It's a bright orange ice hockey jersey with a moose on it. But then a couple of seasons later, they recalled that jersey because they were short on uniforms.
We were low on kit, so we had to get it back off them.
So I don't have it. It's one of the worst deals in professional sport history.
Well, you were potentially
You-
one of the worst
you
player
negotiated
agents.
it, yeah.
I will go down in history as the worst player agent in it.
So in the
professional
men's,
sports.
Slovakia beat Germany, Finland beat the Swiss, and then Canada needed overtime to beat Czechia to get into the semis, and then the US are leading Sweden 1-0 in the other quarter. So
Any upsets in there?
almost Czechia over Canada,
That's Czech Republic.
Yeah.
previously
formerly.
the Czech Republic. They were leading, Czech were leading 3-2 with like 3 minutes to go, and then Canada tied it. That would have been like France beating the All Blacks in the quarters in 2007.
Right.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Kind of levels.
So not unexpected.
Not
But
unexpected.
heartbreaking for the losing team.
Yes, yeah. They almost got goalied, which is you don't want that to happen. Yeah.
Now, is that when you empty the goal and then the goalie scores against you?
No, that's when the goalie on the other team basically has the game of his life, and you dominate the game, 40 shots to 15,
Right.
but they
you
got
got
stand
out.
on the head. Yeah.
You got goalied.
You got goalied. On the women's side, USA, you play Canada in the gold medal once again, which is the only thing that happens. The States have won 7 straight games, so I'd put your money on the US.
Are you saying that the former Soviet Republic states don't let their women play ice hockey? Is that what I'm hearing from that?
No, they do, but they're not allowed in the Olympics.
Yeah,
Of
Russian, yeah.
course.
Yep. So there's a bit of a hole in that Olympics. Rugby update for you. Long Schlong Dallas McLeod's headed overseas to play for Exeter.
Yep, see that.
And have you updated your fantasy team?
I have. Now, this is an issue for me because last week I was sitting just before we went out to lunch on Friday. We were all sitting there messing with our teams. I was doing it on my phone.
Oh, that's a stupid idea.
I know, because I didn't realise that you have to scroll back up and hit save.
Yeah.
So it didn't save. And so Fabian Holland started for me, and Damien McKenzie, all these guys that didn't play.
I mean, look, anyone would think it would need an app.
I know. Well, how they haven't? Someone was saying this on the podcast the other day. How haven't they just contracted reskinned the NRL Supercoach or?
Or the NFL,
There's so
or
many
Yahoo
platforms.
Sports.
There's so many platforms out there that are better that have signed up some Timu options.
Yeah.
That is it's not giving a good experience for people like me. This
No.
is my first genuine. We did rugby championship last year, but that didn't really count because there was only 3 teams.
Also, the time zone lockout got us all.
Yeah. So anyway, this is the first time I've gone balls deep, and I'm not really enjoying it because I haven't got much banter because I can't send my results to you. I can't send my results to you and go, suck on this, Manaia, or maybe pull you up and me up and compare it and then send it to you or put it on my socials, crow about it.
I will say that the only good thing that happened about last week was because my changes didn't save, I kept a lot of good players in, like Angus Tarvaux scored,
Will Jordan.
Miracle Wailangi,
Oh, I hate him too.
hat-trick.
Yeah.
And Will Jordan, who, despite coming off the bench, still...
Dominated.
What is it about Will Jordan? I can't put my finger on it. He looks like he's playing a different sport than everyone else.
He's a bit like what Ben Smith and Conrad Smith. It's so deceptive in terms of how he runs.
Unassuming.
Yeah, it's quick off the mark. It's something that people can't tackle him.
Is he stronger than he looks?
Yeah,
maybe?
yeah. He's bigger than he looks as well.
Yeah.
He's a tall drink of water.
Yeah.
And so was Ben Smith and Conrad Smith.
Is it because he runs with the ball in 2 hands in front of him, so you don't know if he's going to kick
Big
or
fundamental.
pass or
But it's just
yeah.
he's just one of those guys. Every time he touches the ball, it's like something's on here.
Yeah.
And he runs through gaps that, when a player's at his level, you're just like, well, why couldn't he do that every single time he touches the ball? And he basically does. And then you're also like, well, why can't other players do that?
Because he's the goat.
Yeah, I don't know.
Something or other.
He's the backline goat. The
Back goat.
The
Back country.
the bloat.
The back country goat. Okay, let's take a quick break.
Back bush goat.
Back bush. I haven't had that's a blast from the past. I haven't heard back bush for quite some time.
oh my god! Did you see that guy's tattoo? Did you?
No?
He's got like a bit of hair at the top of his,
Yeah.
kind of in between his shoulder blades, classic back bush. But he's tattooed his shoulder blades into a woman's legs.
Open.
A kinder.
Kimbo.
We're probably going to do like half an hour on the show tomorrow morning about your back bush. So.
Okay, good. Excellent. Oh, that'd be good.
Yours, please. Brought to you by Export Ultra.
Right, coming in thick and fast this week. Thank you very much for all your yours pleases. Keep them coming in. If you haven't sent one, just say good day. That'd be great. Just press the microphone button on your iHeartradio app and we'll play them out.
Oi, Manaia! Oi, why Matty Hard? We're at Marlborough right now, but me and Kaylee Bell are here. Why Matty Hard?
Fucking Wymos.
Nights like this. That's an absolute jam. What the hell's he doing in Marlborough? Just
I like how
Going
he,
to Kaylee Bell.
on a 40-foot catch.
No, he's
do you
watching-
know that person? Because he could have
Kaylee
just
Bell.
texted you.
No, wasn't he at a Kaylee Bell gig?
Yeah, but he could have just texted you or something. Or,
Oh, was he at the concert?
Yeah.
I just thought he was just by himself jamming Kaylee Bell.
No, he's a Wymo on the loose in Marlborough.
I don't think he was a Wymo, otherwise he might have messaged me directly.
Yeah,
I reckon
okay.
he was just like, oh, why Matty? Till I fucking die, Matty, by the way.
Next one. Yours, please.
this is a two-parter.
Okay.
A couple of bits of feedback for the podcast that I
Okay.
will be calling Great Roots of New Zealand. I love that name. First off, I think we're too road focused in our brainstorming. We need to move to being journey focused.
Oh, good choice.
I want to see the boys do a Lundy run. 90 minutes from the Foreshore Motor Lodge all the way to Palmerston North.
Yeah.
Takes about 2 hours current day. He did it when it used to take about 3 hours. Would be a great podcast to drive along to. It'd also be good to get some Great Roots of New Zealand podcasts for those who don't drive as often. Maybe bus or train-based podcasts. Mm-hmm. You could do the number 76 bus in Auckland through Glen Innes.
Yeah.
The boys might catch a stabbing en route that day. There's always one on there.
Yeah.
That would be great content for the socials. Or maybe a podcast with Wayne Brown to celebrate the opening of the CRL. Some great marketing for the team over there. Anyway, just some ideas. Hooroo, you sound busy.
Yep. Oh, look, there's some solid ideas there.
Yeah.
I mean, three dudes.
hire that guy?
Three dudes rooting.
Well, I wanted to address that because Dudes Rooting was a different podcast idea that I had that had then been, and I was worried that this was I knew what was going to happen. It would launch, there'd be backlash, and you'd all immediately go, Manaia came up with that.
No. It's no. When it got launched, I didn't know. I thought we were going to go for just Great Roots.
I like Great Roots because Dudes.Rooting was the podcast idea that I had in response to Sex.Life, and it was a sex podcast from the male perspective.
But yours is ROOTIN, Rootin.
Yeah, Dudes.Rootin, and it was the podcast that didn't come out quite as often as it would like to.
Yeah.
And so you launch the first episode, and then every week after that, you're like, sorry, stacked the dishwasher wrong, no episode this week.
Came home smashed. Got in a bit of trouble.
Slept on the couch. No episode this week.
Brought Joe home this week.
Yeah, and exactly. And then and then that's the next month wiped out.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
And then when you release the first episode, you're about halfway through it. And you're like, oh, geez, I think the episode's just finished. Oh well, it's not quite as long as we thought we were hoping for, but
cut it off.
So that was that idea. So, but Great Roots. What is it? Great Roots in New Zealand?
Yeah, just Great Roots.
I like Great Roots of New Zealand because then we can take it international.
Yeah, I thought Great Roots, if we didn't have New Zealand, we could go international.
Yeah.
If we don't,
Well, you can do Great Roots of New Zealand, Great Roots of Australia, Great Roots of whatever.
Yeah.
And he's right. Public transport's a great idea. I feel like we've talked about this before. I could do the 132X from Te Atatū Peninsula into the Auckland CBD.
Yeah.
And I feel like Auckland Transport, they're always paying people to promote their thing. So, give us tickets to a game and see if we can actually use the Auckland Transport network to get to and from that game.
No, if it's in the weekend, forget it.
There's no chance. No. I mean, dude, we tried.
Why would you have public transport operating in the weekend when there's sport, when they can do maintenance then?
Definitely can't get home.
We tried. We were like, we got free tickets to a Blues game last year, and we were like, all right, let's do it. And you get free tickets, free transport. The train station is 2 suburbs over, so we had to catch 3 buses to get to the train station, then train to Eden Park. But the trains home stop halfway through the game. So we would have then had to have got into a Filipino knife fight on the way home from the thing. And that is not racist. That is something that happens in the Philippines where they tie their left hands together and then fight each other with knives. I'm not saying a Filipino will stab me on a bus. So yeah, that didn't work. But yes, I'm so in on the Great Roots.
And train rides as well. That northerner train from Auckland to Owakuni is a great time.
Yeah. What's the one?
The Transalpine.
The Transalpine, yeah, from Christchurch to Greymouth. That's a cracker as well.
The Kingston Flyer.
Oh, yeah. Does that actually go anywhere, the Kingston Flyer, or is it just a cafe?
Don't know.
Yeah, I
the
think
one to Dunedin's quite good as well. Christchurch to Dunedin, I've taken that train ride before.
There's also the kind of Picton or whatever it is to
Kota.
Yeah, along the east coast there to Christchurch. Yeah. That's quite good.
I think this is a great idea. You could even do like a flight to Brisbane, for example, and it's like a 3-hour long podcast, and it's like, and we're all just gonna have a snooze here,
just watch a bit of Family Guy.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea.
I find myself I do. I have the full shoulder hunch laugh when I'm sitting there watching back-to-back Family Guy.
Yeah, when I went over to Magic Round last year, I was sitting next to Keezy, the mad bastard, and when he got up to go to the toilet, I changed his TV screen language to Finnish.
Oh, yeah, did he just lose his
mind?
Fuck,
for the next 2 hours, he can't watch anything.
Okay, next one, yours, please.
So, this is a part 3, but it's not like a full 3-part because they're all short, because I keep forgetting what else I need to tell you. I have a solution to your futures bets there, G Lane. It might be a bit sacrilegious, but mash you, love you.
Yep.
I always do my long-term ones in Betcha and my day-to-day ones in TAB because obviously you get to open Betcha, so I never see the cash just sitting there. Love yous, fuck yous.
That's a good idea. I had this discussion with Carl around the futures bets.
Stefanovic.
And Carl Tiley from the TAB. They've got the special at the moment. Is it $3.50 for the Warriors to make the top
$3.
$8? $3. Warriors make the top 8. Maximum bet $20. And I'm like, he's like, it's money for jam. We're getting smashed on it. And I was like, I like it, but when I do that, I have to wait until October.
Yeah.
And it sits in my queue of bets. And I
don't gamble because I make great long-term decisions.
Correct. I'm not doing. I know that's for me, and it grates me that it's that. And then I'll have another tip from someone. I'm like, I got no money, and I got this thing sitting there. I'm like, fuck's sake.
This is why I don't invest. People are always in such a hurry to show you their Sharesies account. It's like, okay, so you're gonna have $150 when you turn 80. Like, awesome. I'd rather spend that at the pub.
So that's not a bad idea. So keep all the long termies and Betcha and just leave it shut, and then just do your day to day in the TAB. I don't mind that.
And a great PSA to check your Betcha account in case there's any money sitting in it.
Any free bets. Well, I'll tell you what, that was quite good when you don't use it for a while and they send you a reminder.
Send you a little, hey, you want
some free money?
Yeah. No money in there.
Yeah. A big news out of the Twilight Golf night as well. My Sly grogging account at the golf club has run dry.
Oh, no.
Because what I usually do is at some stage, usually on a payday when I can hide a big withdrawal.
Yeah.
And then slap it straight into the golf account, and then I can Sly away at the golf at the golf account, and unfortunately it's run dry. I went to buy a jug, and they're like, "You haven't got enough money," and I was like, "God damn it!" It really hurt.
It's probably because of all of the cocaine you've been buying.
Yeah, surely
If you could put cocaine on the golf account, that would be one hell of a golf club.
Haven't swung a club in months, but you're there every day.
There every day, yeah. So keen. Anyway, next one.
Yeah, g'day boys. Hey, off to the Auckland FC and Phoenix game this weekend in Wellington. Hey, G Lane, you got any reputable places that we can go for a drink beforehand and afterwards? If you could let us know, that'd be great. Cheers.
The best one is, it's certainly not reputable, but Trax Bar, which is
not reputable at all.
No, it's
Where's that?
at the train station there.
Underneath
The train station.
Yeah.
You got to go there because that's like a 10-minute walk and it's big. You can get a lot of people in there.
Yeah.
And you can have a punt around the corner there, but it's a big old boozer.
Yeah.
And it's on the walk to the stadium. That is where I would go.
Well, if you're a Wellingtonian, cause we ran into this problem last year when we did the live
Podcast.
show down there.
Yeah.
And we basically got turfed out of everywhere because the show finished at about 9:30. By the time we got into the bars, it was 10. They all shut.
Yeah, well, no wonder.
We didn't know where to go.
Harry Brook got a punch in the head. He was just trying to get into somewhere.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, it ended up being Mermaids that he got knocked out at.
Was it?
Yeah, because that was the only one that was open. And so when they got turned away, it was bitter because this is the only place that's left open. Piss off, bang.
There is one good place. Remember we stayed at that hotel, the motel,
On
the
the
rooftop bar.
Yeah, the rooftop one. But
Is it an Ibis? Is it an Ibis or?
No, I don't know what that was, but that's a bit far away from the stadium. If you're going to the footy, you really want to go to Trax Bar. The other one is the Backbencher, potentially, down there by Parliament.
Oh, yeah.
It's not a bad boozer.
But that stadium's nowhere near anything.
No.
This is the problem with these stadiums in our country.
Yeah.
Takaha's going to change everything.
I can't wait for Takaha. You coming to Magic Round? Oh, not Magic Round. What's it
Super
called?
Round.
Super Round?
Super round. I'm keen to.
Yeah. I'll talk to Toddy. I'm sure you'll be into it. I mean, it'll be the biggest thing happening in the country, but I'm sure you guys won't touch on it. Next one, yours, please.
G Lane.
Yeah.
I kindly offer to drive you over the Crown Range,
Okay.
pile you into my ute, and possibly overtake a camper van. Yeah, sure. Fucking pussy. Jesus Christ. Come on, man. I was offering to fill your boots with whiskey as well.
Okay.
Listen, if I towed a trailer,
Yes.
like I'm talking like a big trailer, like
Yeah.
14 meters is the
Yeah.
maximum over the Crown Range, we'll go there.
Okay. Let's do that. No, I did mention that was a very kind listener who volunteered to drive us over the Crown Range as part of the Greatest Routes podcast. And I was like, fine. I just said most of my experiences of the Crown Range is in a Toyota Highlander of some description with 3 kids in the back, snow gear piled up to the wazoo, and me getting tailgated by a number of utes who are no doubt locals who travel that road a lot and know the corners, and they send it at about 140. And I only drive it once a year or maybe once every couple of years, so I'm not as confident and got a full car.
Oh, it could be very scary.
It could be very scary. And, you know, you got to stop and put the chains on, but obviously locals don't use chains if they've got like a 2-wheel drive ute.
Well, if you're going fast enough.
Yeah, you can just drift around the
don't
corners.
need them,
So it is part of the Crown Rangers getting tailgated. But, I mean, I'm a pussy.
All of my memories of driving up and down the Crown Range and Subaru Legacy, just driving down to Queenstown for New Year's, basically. One day, our sober driver, we all stopped to go wheeze just before we drove up it. And then he went to get back in the car, and I don't know how he did this, but he just leaned all his body weight and just rammed his head straight into the top of the car, you know, where the roof meets where the door is. Yeah. I don't know how he did this. I swear to God he concussed himself, because for the rest of the drive up the Crown Range, one of his eyes wasn't all the way open. And I was like, this is the sober driver here. And he's just concussed himself. And he was fine, Lane, so you'll be fine.
Yeah, look, I'm more than happy to jump in the back of that ute with a 14-metre trailer on the back.
You've been listening to the ACC's Agenda podcast, brought to you by Export Ultra. For more episodes, like and follow on iHeartradio or wherever you get your podcasts.